Trump faces FCC push to restructure media landscape. CBS begins new era. Imagine a media landscape being dramatically reshaped right before our eyes, starting with a giant like CBS. This isn't just a headline. It's a reality unfolding in Washington. On July 25th, a groundbreaking announcement came from the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, and the Trump administration, signaling their intent to enforce substantial changes in American broadcast media. CBS might just be the tip of the iceberg. FCC Chair Brendan Carr made a bold statement on CNBC, asserting that President Trump is fundamentally altering the media terrain. He emphasized the necessity for a course correction in the media industry across the nation. A pivotal moment occurred when the FCC, in a 2-1 vote, approved the colossal $8.4 billion merger between CBS's parent company, Paramount Global, and Skydance Media. This approval came with strings attached. Skydance committed to ensuring CBS's news and entertainment programming would be free from bias, hiring an ombudsman for at least 2 years to address complaints, and discontinuing diversity programs. President Trump has consistently criticized broadcast networks for what he deems biased news coverage, urging Carr to revoke their licenses. Carr highlighted the new CBS owners' commitment to eliminating bias, a factor that significantly influenced the FCC's decision. This move suggests the FCC will intensify its efforts to eradicate what Carr and Trump perceive as a pervasive liberal bias in mainstream media, potentially paving the way for more conservative perspectives in major media companies. The FCC, responsible for regulating broadcast media that uses public airwaves, invoked the public interest standard to justify these changes at CBS. However, Democratic FCC Commissioner Ana Gomez blasted Paramount for cowardly capitulation to the Trump administration. She argued that the FCC's actions imposed unprecedented controls over newsroom decisions and editorial judgment, violating the First Amendment and the law. Recently, Paramount settled a $20 billion lawsuit filed by Trump for $16 million over allegations that CBS News' 60 Minutes misleadingly edited an interview with former Vice President Kamala Harris. Despite the settlement, Paramount did not admit any wrongdoing. Some Democrats labeled the payment a bribe and pledged to investigate further. Representative Frank Pallone criticized companies like Skydance and Paramount for succumbing to Trump's relentless and allegedly illegal demands. Shortly after his appointment by Trump in January, Carr revived complaints against 60 Minutes, as well as against ABC News, for its moderation of a pre-election debate between then-President Joe Biden and Trump, and NBC for allowing Harris to appear on Saturday Night Live close to the election. Disney and Comcast remained silent on the matter. Carr confirmed to Reuters that the FCC's investigation into the 60 Minutes interview is ongoing. The FCC has also mandated companies like T-Mobile, Dash-Free, and Verizon to cease diversity programs before approving their deals. In February, Carr initiated a probe into Comcast diversity initiatives. This unfolding saga raises critical questions. Is this a legitimate effort to ensure balanced media coverage, or a strategic move to silence dissenting voices? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the debate on this contentious issue. Paramount and Skydance merger. Trump's influence and media shakeup. In a move that could reshape the American media landscape, Paramount Global and Skydance Media are set to finalize their $8 billion merger on August 7th, just 2 weeks after receiving the nod from President Donald Trump's administration. This merger, first announced in July 2024, marks the end of the Redstone family's long-standing control over Paramount, a change that has sent ripples through Hollywood. But here's where it gets controversial. The merger has been shrouded in political intrigue, especially given the Trump administration's involvement. On Thursday, the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, an ostensibly independent federal agency, approved the merger. However, critics argue that the FCC's decision may have been influenced by the Trump administration, which has been tightening its grip on federal agencies since the president's re-election in January. The Redstone family's reign over Paramount, a cornerstone of the entertainment industry, has been a defining feature of Hollywood for decades. The merger with Skydance, founded by David Ellison, the son of Oracle CEO Larry Ellison, signals a significant shift in power and strategy. But the political backdrop of this merger has drawn intense scrutiny. And this is the part most people miss. Trump's relationship with CBS, a key property of Paramount, has been fraught with tension. Trump has long been at odds with the mainstream media, and CBS's news programs, particularly 60 Minutes, have not been spared. During the 2024 presidential election, 60 Minutes invited both Trump and his Democratic rival, Kamala Harris, for interviews. While Harris accepted, Trump's team claimed that no interview was ever officially scheduled, citing concerns over live fact-checking, which they deemed unprecedented. The situation escalated when 60 Minutes aired two different versions of Harris's interview, leading Trump to accuse the program of deceptive editing. He subsequently filed a lawsuit against Paramount, alleging that CBS had crossed the line from journalism to manipulation. In response, 60 Minutes defended its editorial practices, stating that the shorter version was simply more concise to accommodate a broader range of topics. Despite the legal challenges, Paramount opted to settle, agreeing to pay Trump $16 million for his future presidential library. Around the same time, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, known for its frequent criticism of Trump, was abruptly canceled, raising eyebrows about the timing and motivation behind the decision. Trump celebrated the cancellation, suggesting it was a victory for him and calling for more comedians to be ousted. This is where things get really interesting. Shortly after the settlement and Colbert's cancellation, the FCC approved the merger. Trump's appointee to the FCC, Brendan Carr, issued a statement criticizing the legacy media and praising Skydance's commitment to diverse viewpoints. Carr also indicated that the new company would be barred from implementing diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI policies, a move that has sparked debate about the implications for media representation. However, the merger did not silence all criticism. Hours after the FCC's approval, Comedy Central aired an episode of South Park that lampooned Trump and the $16 million settlement. The episode featured an animated Jesus warning the characters about the consequences of backing down to Trump, drawing parallels to the fate of CBS and Colbert. The Trump administration has since dismissed the show as irrelevant, but the controversy surrounding the merger continues to simmer. What do you think? Is the merger a sign of positive change in the media, or does it signal a troubling trend of political influence over the press? Share your thoughts in the comments below.